So if you're just now joining us, we're going to be counting down the top sellers from the month of January from GameNerds.com. We're going to do board games, TCGs, minis,
RPGs.
Yeah. And we're going to begin with the category of board games. So number 10, Hegemony.
That's why I didn't want to do it first.
Hegemony is the name of this game. Previously, we called this when we were doing the 100 bestsellers, we called this Hegemony.
Hegemony. And I was like, who's trimming hedges in a board game?
And having ceremony of
course.
trimming hedges.
Yeah, that's
but
a ceremony.
Hegemony. So this is an asymmetric. Now, the idea of the game, like political stuff, doesn't really interest me, but the execution, an asymmetric politico and economic card-driven board game, puts you in the role of the socio-economic groups in a fictional fiction.
I've been meaning to ask you, are there a lot of asymmetrical games in or out there for board games?
So I wouldn't say there are a lot because it's very difficult to get each faction balanced and doing so many different things, but making it work. So that's why I'm fascinated with this and the type of game that it is. I wouldn't normally play it, but because of the asymmetrical thing and how you're impacting with different objectives, sounds cool to me. And apparently lots of other people too, because it's our number 10 best-selling board game.
I love that. That's cool. I would like to check that out because I think that's a really underserved like style of board game. Like when we played Unmatched, Tales to Amaze, I wanted to play as the monster.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
I mean, it's why I love Root, because you can try a different faction every time, have a different strategy. So yeah, I would love to see it in a political element. That's the thing that's going to get me to play some kind of political, economic, socio-economic game is to explore with, what's that thing?
I don't know.
We just talked about it. The word.
We did?
Asymmetric.
Asymmetric. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
All right, let's move on to number 10 or number 9.
The Veil of Eternity.
This game looks cool. All three of us, right? All of us.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're selling good. Yeah, absolutely. In the Veil of Eternity, players are tamers who hunt various monsters. You know how I love to hunt monsters.
He's a monster hunter.
Yeah. And spirits to tame them as minions. That's kind of Pokemon-like, right?
Yeah.
In the fantasy world, numerous creatures are living in harmony. Among them, dragons are the most valuable and notable ones. And all tamers dream of taming dragons. The player who manages to tame the most outstanding minions wins.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. That sounds fantastic.
It really sounds cool. And reason why I know about it is because it's so popular. And I was like, well, if everyone else is excited about it, maybe I should be too.
So we hunt, capture, and tame, and fight monsters?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get that. I want to play that. Let's do a playthrough. I would love
I knew you'd like it.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well, really quick before we move on, this is a great question about this. Are you doing top selling expansions too? So what we're doing is, for most of the other categories, we're going to do the top 5. The reason why we're doing top 10 in board games is because we're allowing for expansions in the mix, because it just helps us get the numbers better instead of having to go and separate them and whatnot. But it's still a good number, a good figure to know what people are interested in. So you will see expansions in this list.
Daddy Shark says, "Oh man, I've always wondered if I was saying it wrong." Speaking of hegemony, you know what? We will accept hegemony here in this chat. We will accept
I specifically typed it out.
Yeah, you can say it however you want.
Hegemony.
We love to mispronounce words on purpose here. That's one of my favorite things to do.
Like Lorcana?
I like whenever we're doing Lorcana videos, I'm always running around going Lorcana
and Lacuna.
Lacuna, yeah. I was saying that all editing that video.
All right, let's move on to the number 8 best-selling board game item, and that is Sea Salt and Paper. This continues to be a big selling game for us. It's just a great small card game that you can take with you. I know a lot about it because I made the how to play video for it. If you want to learn how to play Sea Salt and Paper, go to our YouTube channel, watch it there.
You can scan the barcode on the box.
I myself will personally teach you how to play Sea Salt and Paper.
Wow.
Yep.
And you'll be a Sea Salt and Paper master.
I want to do a fun thing where you like combine games with their names. So we had that Salt and Sea from DeVere.
Yeah.
So I want to play a game called Salt and Sea, Salt and Paper.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. What else would you put together?
I don't know.
So you had one, and you decided that was one of the things that you wanted to do.
Star Wars Unlimited Power. I can't think of another game right now.
How about Tiny Epic Crimes Unlimited? I don't know.
No.
Unlimited Crimes.
We'll all come up with one and
Okay.
hey, let's go to number 7.
All right. Number 7 is Gnar, another game from Pandasaurus Games, and it's a great game.
And what else is special about this game?
We also have another video for it too. What?
It's almost like we know what games are gonna do well.
Yeah. No, I don't know about that. But
We've got a nice pulse on things.
Gnar's great. It's
It is a
it's
great
a
game.
Viking game. You're like sending your Vikings out to either explore or recruit new Vikings to your crew. You've got a ship, and there's a really cool like chaining, almost a engine building style game. Small box. I mean, it's about it's a little bit wider than this one, but yeah, Pandasaurus is putting out a lot of great smaller footprint games, and fortunate enough to be able to do the videos for this. So yeah, go check out Gnar, the video, if you want to see how the game works before you buy it, or just buy it.
Yeah,
At Gamers.
the game
it
is
is a good
amazing.
game. We wouldn't tell you that. We wouldn't lie to you.
All right,
Game's
what's
good.
next?
Unmatched Adventures Tales to Amaze. Oh my, it's another one that we just talk about all the time.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's take credit.
Wait,
Here we
we-
go. Here we go.
It was
Let's take
us.
credit. It was
Yeah.
us.
It was
Yeah.
us,
It was
and,
us.
and
Oh yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
Earlier, someone was like, "How much have sales?" This was us.
This
was
This
there's
was
was on
us.
number.
Yeah. Unmatched Tales to Amaze is fantastic. I mean, you guys already know exactly how we feel about it. It's one of our favorite games.
Well, we all own it,
Yeah, and we literally all of us own it.
and we have a copy in our game library. So if
Rosa and I painted the monsters a couple weeks ago, or was that last week? Man,
No, it was a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun. And you get to fight Mothman, and you get to fight aliens.
yeah,
So get prepared for the alien invasion by fighting
Great.
aliens in Unmatched Tales to Amaze.
backing up really quick, how many players is Gnar? Gnar is 2 to 4. 2 to 4 players for Gnar. All right, let's move on to number 5. What is going on here? Number 5
We're going
is
on here.
Nucleum.
What?
Nucleum remains to be a big seller, and guess what? What is special about this? We have a video.
Spencer's in the
about
video.
Nucleum. We have but you know what else is also, I think, one reason why this is a bestseller is because the Nucleum expansion has recently been listed as for sale. So all right, people were waiting, maybe they wanted to see if there's an additional content coming out, and boom, there it was. All right, if there's going to be additional content, I'll go ahead and buy the base game as well.
I beat Spencer at this game.
He did.
You
beat
did?
me.
Yep, he
But
taught
that-
me.
Did it take like 12 years?
He taught me.
Oh,
I think it
just
took
kidding.
2 days.
Well,
he
it
taught
did-
me how to play, and then I beat him.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
It does. I have not been
Yeah.
on record of winning much lately.
You create your own enemies. You're your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
You teach people to play, and then they whoop you at games.
Really quick, in case you're wondering, these sales are based on number of copies sold. So which of these sold more copies is how we rank them.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to learn more about Nucleum, you can go to our YouTube channel and look for the breakdown I did. It tells you everything you need to know if you're considering buying this. That's what our breakdowns do. We're going to try to maybe think about calling them like before you buy or buyer's guide or something, because they're not reviews. It's just giving
Yeah.
you all the information that you need to make an informed decision about whether you should buy it or not.
Exactly. We like to do the really kind of reviews, but we don't really like to give our own like hammer on our own opinion. We want to give you the opportunity to have enough information to make the choice yourself, because
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are we to tell you
Right.
you'll
I'm
like a
Spencer.
game or not?
You're Parker.
everybody likes
Really?
everybody likes different things. So it'd be weird just to be like, oh, you like this type of game? Let's make fun of it or something like that. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay,
Next.
let's move on to number 4.
Hold on. Before you, it looks like we've just composed this based off of our YouTube.
No,
channel.
this is real data. I promise. I promise.
This looks artificial.
It does.
But what's crazy is it's all Pandasaurus stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got
It's funny,
Sea
yeah.
Salt and Paper, Gnar, Mind Up. I mean, Far Away.
They're crushing it
Mind
right
Up's
now.
not on this list.
No,
but,
it's not.
Far Away. Yeah, no, they're doing great.
Hey, you just spoiled the next one.
No, I didn't.
Far away.
It's already up there.
Far away. Far away. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't realize it.
We have a how to play video on that. It's a very popular game. I remember it was like when it started making noise on Board Game Geek, got up to like number 1 on the hotness. It's a fun game. We all played it, right? We all played
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. John Tripp. I just saw this too. I just heard that Far Away is getting pushed to May. I saw that come up on Twitter, I think. So yeah, they've delayed it. It's supposed to come out next month for whatever reason. Again, this is a peek behind the curtain of that. When these
Yeah.
games are delayed, Usually it doesn't have to do anything with what we're doing. It's just how the games come out and how
It
how
has
they're
to be
published.
on the production side or something like some kind of delay there.
Yes.
That's what I would think because
I know what it is.
we've already seen it.
Is it because it's farther away?
They,
than
they
we
just
thought?
wanted to push it far away.
No,
right?
no, no.
Oh.
So they had to delay it because there was a error in printing because when we played this, you won, Spencer, and that's not typical.
I
So
did
there must
win.
be something wrong with the state of the game that allowed you to win. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'll come out and it'll be fixed so that you can't win.
Okay.
Look, it's so sad.
What? Look.
Well, you just reminded me that out of all the games we've played, it's probably this is the only one
Yeah, yeah,
This is the only one that what?
that he's
that
won.
I've won.
He
Oh.
won.
So I'm just kind of sad.
Yeah, but nobody saw it, so it doesn't count.
This is great. Great idea from Denver Barker on YouTube. You started putting badges on some games like Bestseller 2023, maybe adding a section like Parker's faves, Joey's faves, Spencer's faves, Rose's faves, Laura's faves,
That'd be interesting. I don't know, like
Jack's faves.
if they were. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well,
Maybe.
maybe. Yeah. I would like to. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I
I could find something.
They might.
All right, let's move on
Next.
to number 3.
Yeah. Number 3, Imperium Horizons. We don't have a video on this,
No.
so you know this list is legit.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a pre-order item.
So, and that's another thing. I saw people kind of complaining about this on Board Game Geek. Just so you know, we do monitor all kinds of places.
We
all
do.
mentions
Eyes
of us.
We're
everywhere.
looking.
We're everywhere. I have a
We're
Google
looking.
alert set up for any mention of Game Nerds across the internet. If you want to try to send me a secret message, you can just put Game Nerds in there and I'll find it. Anyway, people were saying, hey, what's up with this? Game Nerds originally said February 12th as the release date. Now it got changed to February 28th. I got my game from this other store already. And let me just clarify, again, for everybody listening, and please feel free to defend us if you ever see this again. We want you to get your games as soon as possible. I promise. We're not making an active decision to hold your game.
Straight. Yeah.
We don't want
We
them
want you to
anymore.
have it. Yeah, we really do.
So if there's any reason, and that's why a lot of the times those approximate release dates are approximate, because they change for things out of our control. So we want you to pre-order through us. We do. Just know that we will get those games to you as soon as we can. And we are not going to do something otherwise. Right?
Spicy Spencer.
Well, I'm just saying.
Spicy Spencer.
I don't.
Can you make a mean face so we can get a Spicy Spencer emote? Okay. All right.
Mean?
I don't know
He
if it's
said that
mean.
your
but
pre-orders are coming.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's great.
Okay.
That's scary.
No, we love you, and we want you to have your games. So we'll get them to you as soon as we can. I
Yes.
promise.
So, and if you click one of these links or you go to one of these links and it's not in stock, make sure you hit that restock notification because you will get an email to let you know that it's back in stock and you can go and make your purchase as soon as possible.
Bada bing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it doesn't go out of stock again on
It's
you.
a great plug for our restock notifications.
Yeah, it's a nice little system.
Speaking of nice systems,
Number 2.
what's number 2? Sea salt and paper, extra salt.
Extra salt.
Extra salt.
That will make you lose in a la carte apparently. So
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, sea salt and paper, extra salt expansion for sea salt and paper. A few extra cards, and if you want to add those, you can get this expansion. A lot of people want them. What's this? A mini expansion. Excuse me, it's the boba tea. A mini expansion.
Boaty's got him messed up. He's
mini
got him
expansion.
amped.
It's like a booster pack. Yeah, it's just a little
I'm
5 new
drinking
cards.
boba tea all day.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can get that. I wondered.
I'm sorry. I'm
Well,
laughing.
you-
I'm
you
just
know what?
laughing too hard at the thought of you being just so amped up because of boba tea. That's just such a funny visual. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. I
Okay.
love laughing. Laughing
Okay.
is great. Laughing is great. So I've been wondering. I've been trying to decide: is it worth it to do a how to play video for just extra salt? I mean, it'd be making basically a sequel to our best performing video of all time.
It'd be a pack opening
Yeah.
and a sequel to the best performance.
It'd be a
video.
short.
It'd be a short.
Yeah, you can do a
Well,
short.
We'll think about it. Really quick, let's address this question. What is early bird pre-order? Is there any difference other than timeline?
Great question.
Actually, the difference is the price. The early bird pre-order is a little bit lower than a typical pre-order. If I'm wrong, I'll be informed soon. But I believe, I can get clarification on that. I believe that it's just by coming in and getting becoming one of the first people to pre-order that game, you're rewarded to help us. Because what that does is, the more pre-orders we get, the more idea we have of how many to order. It's kind of like with a Kickstarter. A lot of times they'll have early backer rewards that are available to like so-and-so, this many. This is just saying you are the early bird. By jumping in earlier on that pre-order window, you're going to get a lower price than people who come along later. So that's what that does. And this is great. This is, I wish I could take credit for the early bird concept. It wasn't my idea. But according to John, the early bird pre-order has worked for John several times, pre-ordering from us more than other retailers. Keep it up. Let's keep it up.
Thanks, John.
Keep it up. Keep it up. I think that's raise the roof.
Keep it up. Well, what are you doing when you raise the roof? You're keeping it up.
No, you're raising it up.
You're keeping it up.
I guess by default you are.
I guess technically you're keeping it up.
Keeping it up.
I guess.
Okay, let's move on. So we do have, who has said this? A Cosmic Beat says, might have to jump in on that Nucleum expansion then. Well, you'll be in good company because our top-selling board game item from January.
Australia.
Nucleum Australia. Sold the most copies.
I love Bluey.
Most copies
out
of... What? We're talking about three different things.
Yeah, no. It's our top seller. Yeah, it's our top seller.
Out of
best seller.
Out of all expansions and base games, Nucleum Australia sold the most copies.
That's wild. That game is popping off.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go. Now you know that you need to get in on Nucleum now.
If you have major FOMO, this tells you, don't miss out on this.
Come on, man. Everybody's getting it. Everybody's buying it.
Yeah.
All right, so
you want to be cool, don't you? I'm just kidding.
Those are our top-selling board games and expansions for the month of January.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop there, does it?
No.
I know you guys
No,
are
it does
interested on
not.
the other items on our website. Let's go to the next category of bestsellers.
TCG.
Okay, so number 5 best-selling TCG, Parker, what was that?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Phantom Nightmare booster boxes. I mean, this set, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been on top of the world. They've been,
Almost.
It's a game that's...
It's number 5.
Well, you'll be surprised when we get to a different part of this list, I'll tell you. But yeah, no, they've been celebrating their 25-year anniversary at the end of last year and into this year. So yeah, I mean, TCG that can stand the test of time is definitely something to brag about. Captures some nostalgic, the anime or cartoon, I guess, depends on animated series, you could say. So yeah, the game is ever popular. Every time I walk into either Game Nerdz or any gaming store where people are just sitting down and hanging out, there's always a couple of people playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So the tournaments are explosive, and so it just goes to show their new sets are still chopping charts.
Chopping tarts.
They're still chopping tarts.
Like Pop-Tarts?
Yes.
Topping charts.
Yeah, so that's...
Chopping tarts.
Happy birthday, Parker.
Happy birthday. Parker can get away with a lot. It's his birthday.
Yeah.
He can get away with some tiny epic crimes.
Yeah, like this mistake here. So that's number 5.
Chopping tarts.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Phantom Nightmare booster boxes.
Hashtag chopping tarts.
Chopping tarts.
I got to tell you, there is a slight delay in my headphones that makes you feel a little wobbly.
Yeah.
So you might hear some letters or enunciation cut out from time to time.
All right.
Do you want to do the next one?
Yeah, let's go on to the next one.
Me?
Well, you can switch.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
we can come back to
Yeah,
that.
let's
Okay,
want to see us too.
okay, good.
Okay. Magic the
Thank you.
Gathering, Universes Beyond, Fallout Commander decks. This is number 4. This is a set that's coming out. This is the next set that's coming out. So look forward to some coverage on that from us.
Yeah, so
But
it's
also-
one of those Universes Beyond things, and they've been getting. I feel like those have been getting crazier. Like we had Doctor Who, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings feels like it kind of fits.
Yeah.
Fallout felt kind of out there.
Fallout's definitely out there. There's a lot of them coming out too.
What would be a cool? I would want. What do you think would be a cool Universes Beyond? Like Toy Story?
Oh,
I mean, that's Disney though.
Get out of here. I would love
Right?
that.
That would be cool though.
I can't wait to beat up Lotso.
Batman.
Batman would be cool. Universes Beyond. I don't know. Wallace and Gromit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like thinking of weird stuff.
Golden Girls.
Yeah, Golden Girls. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me play as Blanche. I want Blanche to be my commander.
Oh. Yeah. Dude, this would be perfect. There's 4 of them. This is
Let's send it in. Let's send it
Universes
in.
Beyond Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
Gathering.
Yes.
All right. Let's go on to number 3.
number 3.
So number
Wow.
3, top selling TCG is the Star Wars Unlimited Sparks of Rebellion booster set.
Yes.
Booster box. I'm sorry, booster box.
It's a booster box, but these are
Yeah.
the starter decks that we just gave out today. Yes.
Yes.
So Star Wars Unlimited is already selling like hotcakes.
Look
so
at that.
let's go.
Yeah.
It's already number
excited.
3.
So number 3, yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
for the month of January.
For number 3.
Real quick, can you answer this question?
I've never played MTG. Can you only play certain sets together, or can you play OG Magic with the Lord of the Ring cards? You can absolutely mix in the Lord of the Ring cards. I think they do like most sets will they'll not retire, but like, you know, there's the ones that are like legal play or whatever. But no, you can absolutely do the Universes Beyond sets with the normal sets as well.
Yeah.
Cool. They are official Magic cards.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on to number 2.
You're never going to believe it.
What is it?
Whoa!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Rarity Collection 2 booster box.
Yeah.
Celebrating 25 years.
Yep.
Congratulations and to Yu-Gi-Oh! For making it 25 years.
Yeah, so they had one of these sets come out last year, and it was their set, and they're like, hey, that was successful. Let's do a second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this one has
So-
even more stuff in it.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I have
Is
to
it
say
nice?
this. I have to say this.
Is it nice?
Well, yes, kind
Okay.
of. It is. I mean,
Is it
cool.
mean?
I'm very happy for
Okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh! But
Okay.
I have to say, like, how do you do a Rarity Collection box 2 a year later? Wouldn't this be their 26th anniversary?
I get you. You did, so
How do you do
yeah.
two 25th anniversary
Well, it depends
boxes?
on when the anniversary starts. Because if, like, let's say the anniversary was in September, then this whole year from September to September is still that anniversary.
Technically, you're right.
Spencer goes, is it mean? I'm just confused.
That's how.
I mean,
It doesn't have to start by year. From September to September, even though we change year, it's still a single year.
are we going?
Bada bing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
good to know.
math.
So if they hit 3, then we know there's something going on.
Well, unless they release another one before September.
That's true, and I bet you they will.
They've been very successful
I
with
bet
these.
they
so-
will. Get ready for Rarity Collection number 3 to be on a set.
Number
be on a
9.
list in a couple months.
All right. Well, let's move on to our number 1 best-selling TCG item from January 2024.
Pokemon Temporal Forces,
Forces.
booster boxes. This is the this is the next set, and it should be exciting.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the next set.
Yeah, it's not even
Yeah.
out yet.
This is
Yeah.
pre-order as
Pre-order,
well.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Pokemon is, I think, going to always consistently be in the top 5, if not number 1 every time.
Sure. Yeah.
Hornist, shout out to Hornist. He says, considers the deal that they offer, clicks add to chopping tart.
Oh, that's amazing.
So when they have Parker's picks, all the
Yes.
words are going to be
Yeah,
swapped. I once went to Whataburger, and I was like just ordering like normal, and I like mustard and pickles on my burger, and I said Mickles and Pustard. I legit said that like without even like total accident.
That's one thing that I noticed. I want to point out to you guys in the chat is y'all are hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah,
Y'all make
are-
us laugh so much as we make you laugh. So,
Yeah.
if not more. So thank you. Keep it up. Love the jokes.
Do we make them
Keep
laugh? We can't hear them.
Well, but like they're like laughing emojis
That's
and
true.
stuff.
That's
I see those.
That's a shocked emoji. They
Not
can't
that
believe
one.
what you just said.
Yeah. Please share your humor with us. Just remember this is for general audiences. So I'm just gonna leave it there. See, look. Oh, Donata Creations is laughing.
Yeah, and crying.
Yeah. Sad
Um,
and happy for Spencer.
Okay, so let's move on to our next category, which is what?
RPGs with a Z.
All right, so we talked about some of these already. Mm-hmm. Why don't you do number 5?
It's the classic, never can go wrong with some DCC Dungeon Crawl classics.
So
How-
what is this?
yeah.
This is a very classic RPG that where you're just dungeon crawling. It's old school. So there's not a whole lot of heavy story. You're going from room to room. You're running into crazy monsters. You're avoiding traps. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, so just dungeon crawling.
Super fun. Yeah.
That's the name.
So, quick clarification though, this is bundled as all dungeon crawl classics, like not one,
Correct. Yeah,
not one particular.
Correct.
Sure.
So let's transition.
Oh yeah, we gotta
let's transition to it a little bit
clarify.
of a different methodology here, because there's just for each category you kind of have to have a little bit of a different way of looking at the data. And so for RPGs, for example, we're going to be doing systems. We're going to be going by top selling systems because there's so many. Like there's a book, there's a supplement, there's a map, there's a this, there's a that.
Lots of little things.
Right. And so we're just going to go by a dollar amount.
Yeah,
for
what
each.
sold the most?
Great system.
Ichiban loves RPGs. He says DCC is awesome, and you are right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm in the middle of a DCC campaign, and we just washed up on a beach and fought a monk that he was a necromancer, and it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
I bet
awesome.
it looks
sound
so
crazy.
fun and looks very simple to pick up. I know some RPGs can be a little intimidating, but I know this is
This is the time. This is the kind of RPG where you can literally have anyone just drop in, drop out. Like you don't have to worry about it. In a few months, you'll know exactly what you were doing because you're just like fighting and doing things, and you have like a little sheet that has how much money you have and the items. It's fun.
Yeah. All
That's
right,
great.
let's move to number 4.
Number 4.
Shadowrun. Shadowrun. I don't know anything about Shadowrun.
It's like so this is Cyberpunk the setting, not Cyberpunk the brand.
So it's a Cyberpunk
RPG.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like genre,
it's
I guess?
another class. Yeah, it's
Okay.
the genre Cyberpunk.
Okay.
It's fantastic. It's another really good one out there. And Shadowrun is Cyberpunk but with magic. So yeah, it's kind of like fantasy Cyberpunk kind of thing.
Cool. All right, any Shadowrun players out there? If you play RPGs, what's your favorite?
What are your
system?
favorite RPGs?
Let us know. Okay, why don't we do number 3?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. Call of Cthulhu. There's a number there. That number shouldn't be there on our little sheet there. That was a note. Call of Cthulhu. I've actually, you don't believe this. You may not believe this. I've actually played 2 Call of Cthulhu campaigns.
Really? I
have.
did not know that.
Yep. I did. I enjoyed them, and it's the system that made me realize RPGs are not for me.
I
And
think
here's
you
why.
would make a great game master.
It's possible. I do like telling stories. But here's the thing, this is the problem that I have with RPGs. Not that there's a raw problem with RPGs. My problem, why I'm not good at them, is because I need something that says here are the things you can do, and here are the things you can't do. RPGs are usually like, do whatever you want, and that's like.
He wants to do everything.
Yep. Call of Cthulhu has been around for a while. It's fun if you like that kind of thing, and that kind of thing. So everybody pretty H.P. Lovecraft monster stuff. But like any kind of Call of Cthulhu game that you may have played, board game. This was originally an RPG.
And it's spooky and there's mystery and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. All right. Number 2. Why don't you get number 2?
Pathfinder. This is a fantasy RPG. I've noticed a lot of people have been checking it out that would normally like D&D and stuff. And a good friend of mine just started writing for them. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Isn't Pathfinder an offshoot of D&D?
I think so. That's a good question. I'm not gonna like pretend like I know, but I think so.
Okay. Okay. So Pathfinder number 2, and then speaking of, what's number 1? D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons.
Vampire the Masquerade. I mean Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I didn't see that anywhere on the list.
Why isn't that on the list? You guys need to buy more vampire stuff. That's my favorite.
Well, you're not buying enough apparently to make
Apparently,
that work.
oh.
Yeah. So Dungeons and Dragons, yes, I think it just covers a lot of. I mean, it's just when you hear, "Hey, do you play RPGs?" I feel like that's the one people think about. So, not too much of a surprise there. Dungeons and Dragons number 1.
Yeah, awesome.
Let's do our final category of bestsellers for the month of January.
Miniatures
Games, and this is a similar thing. Best-selling systems for similar reasons about there being like so many different parts of it. So let's go with number 5. Top-selling system is BattleTech. Anybody out there? So we've asked about RPGs, we've asked about TCGs. Anybody out there play miniatures games? These kinds of systems where you like measure and you paint and you assemble.
So I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about these miniature games. They're still relatively new to me, but I definitely have an interest in some of them. Rosa might know more about these than me, right? You?
I don't
No?
She
She paints them, so.
All
So number 5 is BattleTech. I know this is like mechs and stuff like that. I do know that much at least.
All right, BattleTech number 5. Number 4, A Song of Fire and Ice.
Yes, that is Game of Thrones themed.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember when this was first announced and came out. There was a lot of buzz about that, and appears to be a consistently good system and game because people are still buying it.
Thank you for the RPG cover. You're welcome. I fought for it.
He did.
I did.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3 is Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Warhammer is awesome. Like all sorts of orcs and monsters. And of course, when you go into, this is Warhammer Fantasy. So awesome. Like this is classic like miniature stuff.
I don't know, but I trust you.
Yeah, do you?
Okay.
All right.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. All right.
Okay. Number 2 is Hero Clicks. I love that you use a Batman Hero Clicks for this one.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Yeah. Hero Clicks, there are a lot of different Hero Clicks. You know, there's Marvel, DC, whatever. Ultimately, they're all essentially the same system. And so
Pre-painted.
pre-painted, yeah. And I used to be big into Hero Clicks. I never actually once played an accurate game of Hero Clicks.
Really?
But I did it because of the thrill of opening them and seeing which I liked the characters.
Right.
And I bought the
Yeah.
DC ones. And again, that's where I bought most of mine actually
Really?
from Game Trade, formerly Game Nerds. Or Game Nerds, formerly Game Trade back in the day. And open them, and I made a lot of money on eBay because I was like, I don't want these anymore. Someone will buy them.
Ichiban says, Joey is now my favorite. Sorry, Spencer. Would you say I'm the Ichiban?
I don't get...
It means the best.
Well, here's the great thing about life is people can always change their mind. If they've changed it once, they can change it again.
You better start playing RPGs then.
Number 1.
Warhammer 40K. It's still a powerhouse.
Powerhouse.
Warhammer 40K is the Warhammer that I'm more familiar with. I love it. I've been playing Dark Tide a little bit on the PC, and so that is awesome.
40K is number 1. We should have people try to guess it.
He did. I think he did guess it.
Well, I mean,
there's a delay,
there is.
so I bet Travis got it.
Right, but we should
Yeah.
ask for that. People, hey, tell us what you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Stay at the bottom.
All right, so those are the top sellers from January. And you know what I love to say is if you want to have an impact on our content, all you got to do is go to GameNerds.com and buy something.
Yeah.
Because every purchase you make goes to the betterment of these lists.
Yeah.
You have an impact.
You can shape these lists. Only you can get Vampire the Masquerade on the RPG list.
I still have quite a bit of my tea left.
Wow, that video was fantastic. Didn't you love it? I know you did, because you're going to hit the like button, aren't you? You're also going to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more videos like that one or these.